Hey folks, meteorologist Bill Alexander, and this is the live look from the Matthews CCAC weather camera out at Snoopy's Pier on the island, looking across Laguna Madre on a cloudy, showery, and somewhat stormy evening here in the coastal bend. Now, let's take a look at what else is going on, because there's a whole lot going on. One wave of instability having just moved to the north of us, produced significant rainfall and continues to do so. You can see the thunderstorms lining up across northern San Patricio County into portions of Refugio and Aransas County. Those will be moving off to the east and northeast, but there's a lot more to the south and southwest associated with more axes of instability associated with this upper level disturbance. So we've only just begun. Torrential rainfall and flooding is either imminent or ongoing in some parts of our area. And fire danger, well, it takes a temporary backseat to the flood threat over the next couple of days, and near normal temperatures because of the rain cooling going on. But next week, upper level high pressure surges back in, and so does heat. Will be well into the 90s by the middle of next week. Now, we don't have our almanac data right now. They're a little bit delayed. They're a little bit busy over at the National Weather Service. But take a look at this. Today and tonight, a virtual certainty of significant rain continuing through Thursday night, and through about half of Friday. And then things dry out considerably after that, give us a little respite and a little time for that water to soak in a little bit and become more beneficial. Right now, temperatures are, as I mentioned, rain-cooled, upper 60s to lower 70s across the board. And those winds, which have been gusting to 25 to 30 miles an hour, are still ongoing. They'll be stronger tomorrow. Let's take a look at our exclusive neighborhood weather network. And what we're going to see in Robstown is the mercury hovering around the 70-degree mark, a far cry from the 80s and lower 90s we saw just yesterday. And right along the immediate south side area, upper 60s to lower 70s. And if you take a look at the winds, not terribly strong. Flower Bluff, 10, 15, 18 miles an hour. Stepping back towards Beeville, there have been some thunderstorm gusts there to 37 miles an hour. And by the way, some parts of the Beeville area, over 5 inches of rain already. So, forecast lows overnight, middle to upper 60s, very uniform numbers under that heavy overcast. And then tomorrow, only into the lower to middle 70s, a little bit warmer further to the south, back towards the Hebronville area. And we're going to be seeing those temperatures staying cool for a couple of days because of the abundance of rain and moisture in the atmosphere with those strong east-southeasterly winds. Yeah, that's going to keep a lot of moisture in here, and we're going to keep feeling that in the form of rain. In fact, if you're heading to the coastal waters tomorrow, it's going to be dicey out there, cloudy and windy. Showers and thunderstorms are going to be happening. We're looking at a high in the lower 70s, the water in the mid 70s now. But look at that southeast wind at 15 to 25 knots. That's going to make for choppy bays and 3 to 5 foot seas. And also because of the direction, a moderate rip current risk is anticipated as well. Now let's take a look at this really high resolution. By midnight tonight, more thunderstorms begin erupting out to our west. The initial line moving off to the northeast. But watch the transition here. Very strong thunderstorms moving through during the morning hours Thursday. We're not done yet. Yet another axis of instability fires more thunderstorms moving across Thursday night into Friday. And finally, the major trough axis moves through here about midday Friday to end all the rain, at least for a few days. Now, I've simplified this upper level chart to just a couple of axes of instability, but there are more than that in here. You can see that, and as it traverses the area, you're going to see more and more rain and thunderstorms finally clearing out by Friday afternoon. And then after that, high pressure builds in to give us an enormous heat dome here. So by Wednesday and Thursday of next week, we'll be in the 90s. Now, only a marginal risk for severe storms tonight, but a slight risk tomorrow. That's in addition to the heavy rain, so you need to be aware of that. In addition to that, we're going to be looking at huge amounts of rainfall coming up. In addition to what's already happened, another foot of rain in parts of the area. So we're going to be looking at heavy rain, storms Thursday and Friday, nice over the weekend, and another chance of more heat coming up by the middle of next week. We'll be back with Andy and more news after